My dad had a remarkable life. He faced very difficult, nearly impossible circumstances. As a child, he contracted pleurisy, where you have water accumulation in your lungs. He spent 41 days in the hospital, and so he was kind of a weak and sickly kid. So his father wanted to toughen him up. Shimi's dad hired a kendo teacher, which is Japanese sword fighting, to teach his son kendo. So when we're talking about kendo, then we're talking about samurai. I think the part of the samurai spirit for him was you're fearless, you never give up. You're smart about it too, you read your opponent. You think of your strategy and your tactics about how to approach an opponent. It's do or die. That was the case with Mount Eden Nursery during World War II when the evacuation order came, where 120,000 Japanese Americans got thrown in prison camp. He had about a week to figure out what to do with his home and with his business and with his family. Just the raw will to fight it out and to go through and survive.
So Dad, by the accounts of everyone who knew him, was an extraordinary thinker. He did have this amazing ability to think not just 20 steps ahead, but multidimensionally.
Dad was not a person who believed in wishful thinking. It all comes down to people. It all comes down to intelligence. It all comes down to being objective. He was very pragmatic about things. So whether you're talking about growing the business, whether you're talking about forming alliances with other growers, he understood the importance of alliances and cooperation, that you could accomplish more than you would if you're constantly trying to battle with each other.
From 1949, when he started the Rose Pool after the war, until his last company, California Florida Plant Company, he started about 16 operating companies. I think in a way for him, his business was his canvas. All of the different companies that he started, and all the different people that he did things with, all the different ways that he participated in the flower industry as a greenhouse builder, as a grower, as a propagator, as a breeder, as a marketer. These were all the different colors on the palette to be able to create his own masterpiece.
I would say it was best describe my parents as walking hand in hand through everything that faced them, whether it be raising a family or running the business. The moment Mom and my father got married, she became part of the family business. She was a trained bookkeeper, so she worked in the office. She learned to grade roses. She ran the grading room. And there was a time as well where an organization called the California Women for Agriculture was formed, and she was asked to create a chapter here in the Bay Area. So she became an activist. She lobbied on behalf of the farmers. So she wasn't just someone who kind of helped on the side, she was up front and center. She helped him achieve levels of accomplishment which I don't think he ever set out to achieve.
I think there's a general acceptance among people that know Mom and Dad that Dad is the luckiest man in the world to have had Mom. By far got the better deal getting her than she got getting him, because she was probably as close to a perfect mom as she could possibly get.
So my mom and dad as a team were able to successfully build our family business, and through that success became acquainted with many industry leaders. Eventually began to give back by contributing their time and experience. When my mom and dad retired from the business, of course, they weren't active anymore. And as many of you know, my dad passed last year. So our family wanted to create this fund, the Yoshimi and Grace Shibata Family Fund, for this purpose. They could continue to contribute to the development and the well-being of the flower industry through the American Floral Endowment.
I have learned in life, in my life, from this. My father wanted me to be like a Japanese samurai. A Japanese samurai, you never quiver, you never give up, you don't run away. You aggress. My life in my world of business and everything, follow after this like a samurai all the way through. It opened up my future. I figured I'm not going to be just a small flower grower. I'm going to be a big flower grower.